Being a landlord in Scotland comes with various rules, regulations and certification requirements. It can be a lot. We've put together our top 10 tips for being a landlord in Scotland to make sure that you are fully covered. Tip number 1 is landlord registration. You must ensure that you're registered as a landlord and that your property address is linked to your registration number. And this goes for all owners as listed on the title deeds. Tip number 2 is insurance. You must ensure that your property has both buildings insurance and contents insurance and that you have public liability cover in place. The insured value should adequately meet the rebuild cost, unless you're pretty good with a trowel. Tip number 3 is deposits. You must ensure that you've lodged your tenant's deposit in one of the 3 official deposit schemes, and you must ensure that you've sent them a certificate to confirm that it's there. Your bank account, a secret bank account, or under your mattress doesn't count. Tip number 4 is ensuring that your lease is legal. Might sound pretty obvious, but it's very important to make sure that your lease is legally compliant. Now in Scotland, that will most likely mean that you'll have a signed private residence tenancy, or a PRT. The PRT was introduced in 2017 and replaced the old form lease of the short assured tenancy. Any tenancy or lease with a fixed end date is probably illegal. Tip number 5 is smoke and heat alarms. These must be fitted to the ceiling, in the main living room, the entrance hallway and the kitchen. Your tenant's safety is your biggest responsibility as a landlord. Take it seriously, or a judge will later. The alarms in the property must be interlinked so that if one goes off, the rest follow suit. Your alarms must also be hardwired if you have a HMO property. Tip number 6 is safety certificates. These should all be in place and in date. If you're unsure if all your certificates are in date, then they probably aren't. So, what is it that you need? Every property requires an EPC, a GSC, a PAT, an EICR, an LRA and a lead water test. Tip number 7 is a big one, and that's ensuring that your property meets the repairing standard. Simply put, would you as the landlord be happy paying the rent that your tenant's paying for your property? If yes, you're probably meeting the requirements for the repairing standard. If not, you're probably not. Tip number 8 is property inspections. We recommend inspections are carried out every 6 months. And what this allows you to do is establish any issues early on so they're dealt with. It also gives the tenant the opportunity to let you know of any concerns that they have within the property. Tip number 9 is making sure you've got sufficient check-in and check-out reports. These reports should be fully detailed with both written words and photography, ensuring that the full condition of the property is presented at the start and the end of the tenancy. Tip number 10 is to engage with a fully qualified letting agent who will help you with all the previous 9 tips that we've just spoken about.
We hope that's been really helpful to you, and we're apologising if you're a client of ours already because we've just wasted the last 2 minutes of your life watching this video. But if not, give us a call tomorrow and we'll see if we can help you too.